Welcome back, everybody, as we get ready to close the books on the PS4 qualifiers. Only one game to go. It's been a long week of these PS4 games. It's been a lot of fun to be a part of. And now we get to see Conquest Esports up against Team BM. And Conquest, they've already punched their ticket. They're looking good. But getting that 3-0 victory, making sure that they have the leg up on everyone else in this Group B for seeding purposes is very important.
It's always a feels-good moment when you can go undefeated during qualifiers. That's what Conquest is going to be looking for. And BM Esports not looking to roll over anytime soon. They want to still make a name for themselves as a team, as individuals, to still try to find some sort of recognition during the fall.
Well, we'll see if that's exactly what happens as Robin, the first ban away. Robin, again, we talked about it during the last picks and bans. Not a lot of teams picking him these days, and now first ban by Conquest, but good, like not a bad throwaway.
Sure.
Ban.
It's not necessarily the big AoE team fighting ultimate the same way we saw in the last game.
Sure.
Great performance from the Hunbats, but Robin's more of your single target focus, trying to isolate it. If you can find those individual picks early on and look for speed buff invades, that's where Robin truly shines.
Well, Chonga's open here for Conquest Esports, and you still have one character by pressing 2 or LB or what is the PS4 equivalent? It's like L.
Bumper?
It's L1 is what it is. In the same spot as left bumper for Xbox. I don't know. PS4 controllers are weird. Athena, the first pick though, not gonna go for that Chonga quite yet. A healer locked in here for BM, but not that of Chonga, instead of Sylvanas.
Good lane control. It's what you're looking for. If you're pairing it up with any sort of late game hunter, doesn't matter if it's Xbalanque, Chernobog, Artemis, you give a Sylvanas in the same lane, you should be able to out-clear the opposition and then look for those purple buff invades.
Odin snap blocked by Conquest, and for good reason. Sylvanas Xbalanque is just snack food for Odin, whether that's in the jungle or in solo. We'll wait and see. Discordia, the pick though in the mid lane. Chonga's still on the table here, Tolly.
Surprised not to see either of these teams go for it quite yet, especially before the secondary ban phase. Could call it will be the solo lane of choice, more than likely solo lane for BM.
Well, Odin is here, and that means that the BM probably doesn't want to go Chonga quite as much. It's kind of a dissuasion pick here. I mean, you have to go up against it probably in lane. So it doesn't surprise me that much that at this point BM doesn't go for Chonga, but certainly that it has it. I mean, if BM don't ban it here, they could be in some trouble, and they decide to go for 2 hunters.
They're taking away some options out of Conquest for the Hui and the Artemis, leaving the Chonga open. The question is, does Conquest go for it or not? I still value Chonga even into an Odin, considering you can time your second ability to avoid the bird bomb damage. If you pick up an Aegis anyway, then you don't have to worry about all that burst damage. You just got to be timely about it.
Lots of sustain. BM continues to just pick into that Odin a little bit with this raw selection. With the raw now, I'm incentivized if I'm on Conquest to put that Odin in the jungle. Take it out of solo lane.
Yeah.
That cage is so good everywhere now that I want it around the map as much as possible.
True. Could also do it in support if you really want to, because Bird Bomb is going to be a good way of kind of contesting Sylvanas' push power. Not a level 1, obviously, but a level 2. That's where you're really going to look at Conquest to control that lane.
Not a bad idea. Willish, the final selection here, and very, very good into that Odin. Also has the knock-up from the Sylvanas and the Cucullin. And remember, you can pull Discordia out of her 3 during that little tiny animation that she does. And if you're quick enough, you can use Gravity Surge on that. I kind of love this last selection for BM. I don't know about picking the Raw into the Odin, but this Willish selection is actually really good.
I guess that's why they're not really worried about the Odin. If you can kill him, even during the cage, then Raw should be A-okay. That's going to be a lot of follow-up damage, though. You're putting kind of a rectangular strife inside that Odin cage. I think that Lanitar could be in a little bit of trouble.
Willish, a character that we don't see that often these days, but one that certainly still packs a punch when we do see her. Everyone always thinks of Feather Step, of course, as the signature ability alongside Gravity Surge, but Moonlight Charge is a really, really strong ability. I mean, 250 plus 70% once you max that out is a lot of damage.
And most of Willishes will rush the cooldown reduction. So you're looking at about a 7.2 second cooldown on the Moonlight Charge. And also, with the recent buff changes that we did to a Willish, the strafe penalty for the first Suku, going from 50% to 30%, a lot more agile now.
That's a good point. Something that can certainly, I mean, she's so quick on Suku as is. Normally has a big movement penalty from side to side or moving backwards. It still has that penalty, but not as bad as before. This is cute. sweet potatoes using the Odin, the PS4 Odin skin
Aw.
during the PS4 qualifiers. I like that.
Yeah. Celebrating his way into the league, being able to make an impact with this Odin pick. We'll see how he'll transition once he does hit level 5. Who's going to be that first target of the Odin?
I should probably come clean with you, Toli, and with chat right now. If I'm extra harsh in my analysis for Conquest Esports jungler, it's because I really hate sweet potatoes. Like a lot.
Oh, we can't be friends anymore.
No, Toli, you think sweet potatoes are good?
Yes.
You're wrong. LusTrouZ.
See? Even
Gets
production. Matt, the tournament director, confirming it here in our ear that sweet potatoes are the superior
Have you not heard
choice.
my sweet potato versus potato rant?
Everything you could do with a potato, you could do with a sweet potato.
And it would be worse. Potatoes are already perfect, okay? Potatoes are versatile. They're amazing. They don't need any sort of... What do you need sweetness for in a potato? If they were called yams, I would have no problem with them. I'd be like, oh, they're kind of gross. Whatever, not a big deal to me. The fact that they use potatoes' hard-earned reputation to advance their agenda is a crime.
I think they're avoiding the potato reputation, honestly, for what they did in the past.
What do you mean?
The famine.
Yeah, of course, that wasn't the potatoes' fault. The potato did all it could to carry the weight of the Irish island.
There weren't enough of them.
No,
They were lonely.
It wasn't that they were enough. There was a disease that happened to the potatoes. They were so good. Where were the sweet potatoes then, Toli? If they're so cool, why didn't they come and bail out the people they get carried by anyways?
Well, they're here now, and they're carrying their hearts out, Aggro.
Sweet potatoes are trash, and I won't apologize for that.
We should start a poll in the Mixer chat right now to see the
Please.
people's voices.
Please do. Please do. But just know that if sweet potatoes win, I'm leaving. Because I don't want to be associated with those.
I'll solo cast this.
All right, bet.
I'll do it.
Axiom could get a kill here on to Prevera. Prevera got plucked back nicely by cojafox, and now SOLDIERANGELO is in a dark spot. The Odin.
Oh, the
jungle.
root. Okay, he jumps during the shield. Gonna use the Phantom upgraded to
upgraded.
reduce some damage.
And it almost worked. It didn't. Now that's down for a long time. If SOLDIERANGELO would have survived, I would have been praising that play to use the Phantom to save his own life.
Close.
But now that he dies and no longer has Phantom, that's a tough spot.
The solo lane, a little bit of action between the two. Copper looking for the poke onto Amateradesu, but not really significant considering that there's not only Defender of Olympus because you're playing Athena, but the teleport even on top of this. We were talking about going for different relic selections when you have an Athena, trying to go for the horrific emblem.
Yeah.
It's like Amateradesu wasn't satisfied enough with having a car. He wanted a jet plane because now he has two ways.
Are you telling me you don't want a jet plane? Is that really what you're selling to me right now, Toli?
No.
Give me a
Not
jet
really.
plane any day of the week. You really don't
So
want one?
I used to have a fortune cookie on my wall for about 4 years that said, the loss of what we enjoy is lost by wanting more. If you have a car, why do you need a jet plane?
First of all, that's the most Anatoly thing you've said all day. Secondly, I still don't understand it. Third, I still want a jet plane.
It's like you get something that's really cool, but after like a couple of days, weeks, months, years, whatever, you get bored of it. You're like, man, but there's this other cool thing that's a little bit better. Let me try to get that. And then you forget about the cool thing that you originally had.
Oh. Are you kidding? 62% of you prefer sweet potatoes?
There you go.
Are you...
Superior
All right.
potato wins.
See you later.
All right, I'll solo cast this. Aggro is actually leaving. So, chat, thank you for voting in the correct choice. The other 38% of you can just, you know, go away as sweet potato, making it happen in the duel lane. 62% of you. My man, sweet potato.
A regular potato would have done that better.
Nope.
Wouldn't needed any help
Not
at
even
all.
close.
I'm here. I realized I couldn't leave because it is my duty to convert the 62% of you who are so lost in this world. I won't abandon you, unlike your sweet potato will, anytime you need something that tastes good. God, they're so trash.
What are you even saying?
They're so bad.
Every menu you look at, there's always going to be... All right, so when you look at potatoes and sweet potatoes, the quality is determined also by the price. And sweet potatoes are generally just barely more expensive than the potatoes. Not
Sure.
by much.
So already worse because you have to pay more for them.
Because they're a better quality,
And
by definition.
it's a conspiracy by the food industry to try and get you to not buy sweet potatoes because
No.
they're so bad.
No, that's not how that works. It's a premium product, and therefore they're going to upcharge.
cojafox gets charged, and his check bounces. Persxus gets that kill. The lazy back kind of punishing the Sobek in that spot. BM Esports down a little bit right now in the kill department, but staying even, if not the slightest bit ahead in gold so far, and looking to extend that as they head towards the gold Fury. No one from Conquest Esports here and close. Lanator can confirm this with his ultimate, and he does just that. Well timed. BM Esports get the first objective of the game.
It's more important to get the first objective than the first blood at 7 minutes into the game, putting it a little bit more to their favor, getting a 700 goal lead. Not too much to write home about, but keeping themselves still relevant is important when you're dealing with an Awilish jungle versus an Odin. Sweet Potato going to have the early to mid game. Persxus is going to be able to have that in the mid to late.
And looks like Mr. Potato is going for Jotun's Wrath, potentially. Could also be a Crusher. He's looking to dive here in the mid lane. He's got that blink available. Can use that Raven Shield, blink over, and get the leap. But Lanator is just a little bit too healthy to do all that work by himself.
Oh, there goes the Athena ultimate and aggro. He says, how dare you? It's Mr. Sweet Potato to you.
Yeah, but Athena got the kill. He got carried there by Amateradesu, or Desu.
Put respect on the name, whether it's the Amaterasu or the Odin. Mr. Sweet Potato. Thank you.
You're welcome. Purple buff spawns, and Odin is here to make sure that it goes the way of Conquest Esports. Man, they're in the league. I'm going to have to say this all the time.
Yes. You better start saying my Sweet Potato because he's making it rain.
Yo, my Sweet Potato, I got you on the name change, my guy. Hit me up. My DMs are open. We'll make something work here.
Whatever aggro is going to offer you.
You're offering double the gems?
+1.
Plus one. No double the gems? Come on, son. Totally,
I'll give you all the boosters. How about that?
All right, all the boosters. That's a dangerous promise to make, my friend. I hope you can follow through, or else Mr. Sweet Potato might be switching to the better potato.
Nah, he's on the light side, obviously.
No.
I'm
just so tilted. I'm so tilted by chat. I can't believe it. Chat, this is the first time I've ever lost a poll to chat, by the way. Every other time that I've called for a mixer poll, they have voted in my favor. And I really liked that about them.
I don't know how you could feel so strongly that sweet potatoes aren't the superior product. Everything has... all the signs are pointing towards it.
I'm telling you, if they were just called yams, which is like their other name, less people would like them. Because everyone thinks of potatoes and, oh, potatoes are delicious. cojafox gets served up as a meal yet again, served up by that gravity surge. Odin's cage, pretty solid. The Phantom not really helping out Lanator because he's juking around in that cage.
My Sweet Potato making it happen, shutting down Lanator with the last basic attack, getting Defender of Olympus right on top. Uses Suku, taunt is good. One more basic attack, finding it is Amaterasu.
That Athena solo's rotations have been huge with use of that Defender of Olympus. 2 kills on 2 uses of that ultimate so far for Amateradesu. Yes. Just had to do it once until I got it. Now it's Amaterasu.
There you go. Did I say Amaterasu?
You did.
Okay. I thought I did, and I'm like, triggered.
No, that's fine. I'm going to do it the rest of the game, too.
Okay.
Finch decided game 1 that that's what he was going to do. Because that, you can't name yourself something so close to what we say every day and expect to, not have it get tripped up by it.
Absolutely. Yeah. Athena in the solo lane, named Amateradesu.
There you go.
I was going to call you Athena.
Yeah, Athena. Just like I refuse to call Odin by his name.
No, well, I mean, he's 4-0-3, a part of 100% of his team's kills. Put respect on the name.
How about this? You want to do a little friendly wager here? It's the final game in the PS4 Qualifiers. Got to make it special. If my Sweet Potato goes godlike in this game, I'll post a Twitter video of me taking a bite out of a sweet potato.
Oh, in the solo lane, trying to set up a kill.
You better not
him in the cage still, but Amaterasu is a little, so the Athena a little bit too low, needs to retreat.
Now, pulled back in, great gravity surge. Persxus is gonna get him. That's the kill onto the Odin. BM Esports jungler making plays.
He could still go godlike.
He's still good.
How many in a row do you need?
13. Yep.
Yikes.
I feel a lot better now. Athena does not, though. A good tail whip from cojafox gets Amateradesu. Nailed it again. Away from everyone on BM Esports. Sobek, support Sobek. Probably not going to be able to find a kill in this 2v1, but got his solo laner out of danger.
In the left lane, Hachiman getting the better end of the Xbalanque, getting a wave and a half under the tower. Very low chip damage. Could have stuck around if he really wanted to confirm the last hit, but Oracle's a little more important for now if you can min-max it. However, didn't really calculate for the fact that Ra would be around this corner.
Rivera just kind of waiting around for his purple buff respawn and lost his tower there because he wasn't clearing that wave. cojafox still over here on the solo side, and Feather Step not enough. Salmon Leap is. copperpunkin gets that kill as Axiom continues to go aggressive onto Privera. Barrel stuffs him with that mounted archery, but Darkest of Night is good, and Eagle Eye can't bend around the corner. This isn't wanted. This is Smite, and AxiomSpeed will get put down by the Raws. SOLDIERANGELO eats his apple for the day.
Trying to make it happen onto Sylvanas. Not going to commit the cage or the jump quite yet. Dropped kill, but overextending for a level 8 Sylvanas, not the best idea in the world. The respawn timers are a little short, 12.5 minutes in with Gold Furies respawning. I think that Conquest wants all the cooldowns necessary for this next objective.
Well, chasing the level 8 Sylvanas not a great idea. Also not chasing the level 8 Xbalanque. Privera is really, really far behind AxiomSpeed right now. And Speed just kind of throws his life away looking for the 4th consecutive kill.
Good taunt
onto a Xbalanque.
Really good taunt there from Athena, making sure that there would be no sort of barbed spear or salmon leap between the first and the second hit of the shield wall.
This Athena sitting in a good spot, level 14, 2-0. Has plenty of CDR, 30% between the boots and that Breastplate of Valor as cojafox knocked up. Gravity Surge is there, but here comes that Athena solo. SOLDIERANGELO has already had his fill of those apples as Odin gets the kill. Can't quite track down via Willish, but Privera again is in a bad spot. Level 9 and not looking too healthy.
So close. Not having the range. Without speed buff, can't really cut the distance the way SweetPatato would have liked.
But Gold Fury started. Lenator has that ultimate, but not going to get close enough. Conquest Esports get their first Gold Fury of the game, and this game was in BM Esports' favor, Toli. Is it really just that Privera is so far behind on this left side that it's kind of swung it back towards Conquest?
It's not just that. There was a little bit of an overcommitment onto cojafox in this last skirmish. Good little blink onto this Discordia. Stun onto her as well, but the target's so big instead.
Good snipe from Lenator, and Persxus has been doing very well on this Willish so far. SOLDIERANGELO taunted back. Discordia 2 off the mark. Ultimate is not, but Warcry gets it done for Punkin. SweetPatato locks him in, but needs some help. He goes instead for the Willish, who now has to jump away. Plenty of damage coming out of this Odin jungle.
Finding the kill onto Discordia and Sobek, but still can clean up. Is Conquest Esports missing the bird bomb to secure the red buff. Finding the tier 1 in the mid, 500 gold, more map positioning to Conquest's favor.
Straight towards that Pyromancer. AxiomSpeed has been a big part of Conquest Esports' success so far because Privera has just been locked behind his tower and lane, behind a respawn timer 3 times so far this game. Conquest Esports really has taken advantage, as well as that Athena ultimate from Amateradesu. He has been absolutely everywhere. He'll get himself another kill, 3-0 for him out of the solo lane. Even though copperpunkin has done a great job as well, 2-0-2, has more player damage, is sitting at the same level. It just feels like this Athena is making such an impact, even without matching the damage numbers.
The taunt is on such a shorter cooldown than obviously copperpunkin's ultimate. And being able to get that in a good position, you have to also invest a blink into it, whereas Dash, such a shorter cooldown. SweetPatato finding the blink, catching Privera into the cage, setting up the Defender of Olympus. That's the synergy teams need to use more often.
All right, that was nice. I'll give it to him. That was good. Would have been better if his name was Regular Potato, but it's cool. Good blink in time.
It was a sweet blink.
Yes, it was.
Not a bland, not a regular blink. It was a sweet blink.
Homie, if your potatoes are bland, you're doing it wrong. Potatoes are perfect. Like, you can't improve upon the potato. Why even
It's called
try?
sweet potato. That's how you make it more perfect. Okay? Thank you. 62% of chat agree with me, Aggro. I got the people by my side. My sweet potato people.
They're just wrong. What am I supposed to say? They're just wrong. Gravity Surge is there. MySweetPatato uses the Purification Beads and drops an excellent cage. That forces Phantom out from SOLDIERANGELO. Red buff goes down in favor of Conquest Esports. Axiom's already used his ultimate to get there and help out. As SOLDIERANGELO pushing forward while the rest of his team is doing the exact opposite. He will fall, but as will the Odin. Bounces don't favor LusTrouZ as 1-for-1 support for a very far ahead jungler. Certainly BM Esports is happy about that, though they did lose the red buff.
Just didn't have enough members by his side as he dove in, forcing the Salmon Leap defensively. Taunt is good as well. Knockup, but that puts the Cucullin in a 4-man knockup.
Yeah, but he'll fall before that transformation comes through. LusTrouZ putting out solid damage. Great pluck from cojafox. Beads were not up for Lenator. Privera's here, and he's getting crushed down very, very quickly. Reach not there for the Athena solo, as the tier 2 will fall in Conquest Esports' favor.
Sweet Potato yet again giving his life up for the greater good. Forcing out the blink is the Athena, dashing in the right side. And what was a 1-for-1 mishap, trading jungler for support, comes out on top because Sweet Potato.
You know what I realized whenever I saw that raw die? We've been calling him Lenator this whole game. I think that's an I.
Oh no!
I think he's Ian.
The spectator just pointed out it's Sweet Potato.
Wait, is it really?
Yes! We've
My
been
mans!
bamboozled the whole time.
My man! I'm
I'm
cool with sweet potatoes.
Nah.
Who cares about those?
I'm still calling him Sweet Potato. I don't care.
No, that's Mr. Patata, or potato to you. Potato, yeah. Those aren't a thing. Okay. We're good. Yeah, by the way, that is totally Ianator. And we have been butchering that name. But in our, like, you can't tell. Like, make it a capital I, my guy.
Might as well.
Instead of an L.
Apparently it is.
It is a capital I? No, if that were a capital I, it would... Well, I guess... Oh, our... Is that how... I guess that's that font.
Yeah.
It does do it that way. All right. My bad. That's Ianator. Ianator.
Ian making the plays happen with the raw, making more plays happen in the left side. My Sweet Potato.
Much better. Privera falls for the 5th time this game. cojafox pulled back, but Sobek still safe, at least momentarily, as copperpunkin looking for that kill. Shell is good. Koha finally falls to Persxus as he now has to get on the run from LusTrouZ, who's got cooldowns coming back up shortly. copperpunkin doing what he can, but look at this Athena. Still so
the stripe, so good. Onto Ian. A great taunt. Onto the soldier, jumping on in. Body blocking so perfectly. Gonna dive the tier 2 for another kill.
That was one sweet potato.
That's true.
With the body block.
Very sweet. Not a regular one.
No, sure, that's fine. Gold Fury's up for Conquest Esports to take, and that's what they'll do. No tier 2 tower in that spot. Wonder if they could have gotten both the tier 2 and the Gold Fury. Would have taken up a lot of time, and they certainly would have lost a mid-tier 1 with the way that Persxus and Punkin are positioned. What is with these teams and just barely misspelling food items?
Is it the same way that, like, in the Xbox side where you have to choose a very specific name and it's already taken, you have to kind of like go a different route?
Yeah. PS4 and Xbox are the same in that way. You can't have two people with the same
So
name.
obviously there's already another Sweet Potato out there.
Well, that person's a damn fool.
Well, 62% of us disagree with you, Aggro. So
whoa, hold on. 62% said they like sweet potatoes. 62% did not vouch for whoever my sweet potato is on PS4. That person could still be a fool.
Well, it wasn't even about that kind of discussion. It was about regular potatoes versus sweet potatoes.
Regardless, Punkin just like, it's like a cute thing. Like, oh, a little pumpkin, you know?
Yeah, it's like when your grandma calls you a pumpkin.
Yeah, exactly. That's what I envision every time. And then he's playing this like big hulking you know, Kuktakakalain, and it's like really tough to track down.
What did you just call it?
You know, the character he's playing.
Repeat it.
Kuktakakalain.
Why?
Shout out to Inbound. He just said that once, and I thought it was the funniest thing. He's like, yeah, I don't know, they might want Kuktakakalain here, and I just think that's like the funniest thing of all time. I really do.
We need to get Inbound casting these games.
That's what I'm saying.
Right side making the dive happen. A great knockup from Kuktakakalain trying to get his tier 2 tower, but he gets stopped by SmitePatato's cage.
The Warcry not going to help him out. AxiomSpeed finds his 4th kill. cojafox stopped a split push on this left-hand side, and the rest of his team grouping up starts sieging on the right.
Eonator will find that mid-tier 1, but SweetPatato blinks forward, taunt into death. LusTrouZ gets that one. Persxus is here, but this is where Willish can really feel like the pick that you really want anything else. When she's the one, when you're chasing her down, she gets a lot less effective.
That's very true. Defending 1v2 his tier 2 tower. Shelling as well. He could look for the retreat, but instead he smells blood in the water.
Rivera
Pretty low. A gets a little bit late. Knockup's there, and cojafox with the 2v1 against 2 damage dealers, while the rest of his team gets a right Phoenix. That's a pretty good summary of how this game has gone.
I like the fact that they tried to go for the tier 2 tower in mid, but not finding the kill onto a level 16 Guardian Sobek. Easier said than done, obviously, especially with that Spirit throw, but you got to feel really disheartened if you're BM Esports.
Yeah, I don't know how Rivera took that much damage. Maybe plucked underneath that tier 2 tower.
Possible.
Didn't really see it. Certainly it feels bad. cojafox has not joined his team in a solid 3 minutes, as a true support would do given the opportunity. He lets his team do its own dirty work, and they do just that. Fire Giant confirmed just after 23 minutes.
So cojafox asked for a raise, and he got promoted to solo Beck, and he decided to roam the map in his own fashion.
Okay, and then Amateradesu moves to support.
Nah, he's still soloing. There's 2 solo laners now.
Huh. All right, that's fine, I guess. SweetPatato, cage onto 1 member. Nice pull from Angelo. Apple does not land from LusTrouZ. Is a lot of ado in the mid lane. Not a lot of fireworks though.
Just barely out of range are some of these slows and taunts. Not able to find it, but with Fire Giant down now, 3.5 minute buff duration. Conquest Esports can start closing out this game, but mounted archery a little bit too soon because the chase is happening now.
Rivera is actually putting out some good auto attacks right now. Rising Jaguar is there. Potato shows up just in case, but AxiomSpeed had it all under control. What were you worried about?
No, I don't know about that. He needed a sweet potato, and he got it.
Well, then he would have choked and spit it out because it tastes like trash. He got the kill. Easy solo kill for the Hachiman.
There's 3 members right next to him. What are you talking about solo kill?
Easy. Rivera, by the way, remember, Sylvanas X-Ball were BM Esports' top 2 picks. Those 2 are a combined 0 and 13.
I mean, Sweet Potato was making it happen, man. All those ganks in the duel lane.
Potato. He'll get the cage onto Eonator on the backside. That apple was beautiful out of LusTrouZ, but Axiom is very low. He does fall to Punkin. Nice job, Punkin. That's what I imagine like every time, that sort of tone. Now Copper in a bad spot. Mantle of Discord gets him out of there, but not for very long, as LusTrouZ notches his 3rd kill, evening up his KDA at 3 and 3. Beautiful stripe, and Potato straight into the back line alongside his Athena solo. Rivera is
so
toast.
Good, setting up for a double hit. Jumping up and down, but the Raw a little bit too speedy. Zoning for so long, MySweetPatato avoiding the Raw beam. LusTrouZ finding the kill onto Persxus. A nice little taunt, a nice pluck on top of it. Only 1 member to play defense. His name is Eonator 1999, and I think he has to go back even further if he wants to find the victory here.
I'm glad that we actually got his name right before we got, at least we assume. Maybe he did mean it to be Lanator this whole time and just was trying, maybe the real Lanator was taken and he had to use the I don't know. What I do know is that Conquest Esports, you'll be seeing a lot more of them this fall in the PS4 Pro League. They looked damn good here today in Group B. They finish off their day with a very nice victory over BM Esports.
completing their day at 3-0, topping the standings against all the other oppositions. No competition. It's always the sweet potato over the regular potato.
Let's go to standings, please, because I don't want
62% of the chat aggro.
Chat did it to troll me. That's the only way. That's the only feasible way I can believe that. Conquest Esports did finish off at 3-0, family friendly. The other top team here in Group B, they joined the Xbox Rejects, the 5 Deadly Syndromes coming out of Group A. Remember, Group A was on Wednesday, and they have a couple extra games because they had to go through tiebreakers. For Europe, Takedown and Charizard in My Backyard, alongside Africa Freaks and Insomnia, will be your teams in the PS4 Pro League this fall.
Trying to make it happen in the fall split so that they can join inside the HRX.
HRX, hey, nice segue there, Toli, because you should buy some tickets to HRX, and you can go to hi-rezexpo.com to do that. Don't bring me a sweet potato. I won't eat it. No chance. Toli, will you eat a sweet potato if a fan brings one to you? Don't say yes, because then you'll get a poison sweet potato.
Well, I'll go find a vendor for that fan to buy me a sweet potato. Yeah, sure, why not? I'll make it happen. We'll make it happen.
Don't.
Sweet
Regular
potato.
potato,
62% of you chat, thank you so much. The other 38% with aggro, nah.
Thanks for watching the PS4 Pro League qualifiers. Again, if you want to see these teams again, you will in the fall as we move into that split. But coming up, the next broadcast we have will be next weekend. Well, we got an Esports Weekly coming Monday. Make sure you check that out, because we'll be talking about that next weekend, which is the Xbox LAN. Here, everyone from the Xbox scene that qualified for the LAN is coming here to compete for the right to be the summer split champion, someone trying to take down Rival in Europe. We'll have to wait and see if that happens. Thank you so much for watching it here today and for all week long with these PS4 qualifiers. We'll see you on Monday for Esports Weekly. You can go ahead and peach it.